Today we're going to compare and contrast Mac and Windows computers to explore some of the features of both of them and their operating systems. You may find this helpful when trying to decide which brand of computer to purchase in the future or just to satisfy your curiosity. This video will not be taking a stance on which computer is the better brand. Both operating systems are extremely powerful and have a wide variety of apps available to help you accomplish the computing tasks you need to perform. Just like deciding if you want to purchase an Android smartphone or an iPhone, the choice of which computing system is better comes down to personal preference. If you're trying to decide which computer to buy, we suggest you take your time and do lots of research before making a purchase. You might find it even more helpful if you can locate a computer with the operating system you are least familiar with to practice on. This will give you the chance to see if you like how the mouse and navigation feels to you before making your purchase. Now, let's get to it. We'll start by examining the keyboards. The white keyboard at the top is an Apple keyboard. The black keyboard at the bottom belongs to a Windows computer. Both keyboards feature F keys, or function keys, across the top row, and an escape key in the top left corner. Both keyboards feature the number keys with their associated standard symbols in the second row. But notice the top right corner keys are slightly different between the two keyboards, and the Windows keyboard has additional keys on the right edge. The spacebar is located in the same spot, and both keyboards have a set of arrow keys in the bottom right area. Some notable differences between the two include the eject key on the Apple keyboard. This key will eject a CD or DVD from the computer if one is inserted. The enter key on the Windows keyboard is marked as return enter on the Mac keyboard, although they perform the same functions. The backspace key on a Windows keyboard is marked as delete on the Mac, but again performs the same essential function. Windows users may be used to using Alt or Control keys to perform keyboard shortcuts, but Mac users will use Command or Option keys instead. There is also a notable absence of the Window key on the Mac keyboard. This key is sometimes marked with the Windows logo or the letters WIN, but it is used to call up the Start menu on Windows computers. While you can see the keyboards vary slightly in how they appear and how the keys are laid out, they each perform the same essential function. That is, to allow you to communicate with the computer using letters and numbers, keyboard shortcuts, and special operator keys. Now let's look at the mouse. Here, a white Apple mouse is shown on the left and the standard Windows mouse on the right. Notice they have similarities in size, how your hand will be positioned when you're operating it, and the ability to do left clicks, right clicks, and scrolling. The differences are that there are two buttons and a scroll wheel visible on the Windows mouse, and there's no visible buttons or scroll wheel on the Apple mouse. It has a much sleeker, smooth appearance. When you press a button on a Windows mouse, you hear an audible click. On the Apple mouse, you'll tap the mouse's surface instead. There's no specific button that you can see, but there are sensors inside the mouse that will respond to your taps, and so the mice actually operate in the same manner. You can left-click, double-click, and right-click on the Apple mouse to access submenus. To scroll, track your finger lightly down the mouse's surface, rather than rolling a scroll wheel. Again, the mice are very different in their appearance, but they perform the same essential functions. You can click, double-click, right-click, or scroll with the mouse. Let's compare desktop screens. Now, looking at the screen of an iMac, you can see there's a customizable background image called your wallpaper. The icons here at the bottom of the screen are referred to as your dock. The most popular software programs are easily accessible from the dock, and you can see which programs are open and running. The most popular location for the dock is at the bottom edge of the screen, as you see here, but you can choose to have your dock display at the left or right side if you wish. There's a trash can icon where you can see recently deleted items, and if you move your mouse to the top edge of the monitor, you'll see a gray menu bar appear with specific commands for whichever software program you have open at the time. Similarly, on this Windows computer, we have a customizable background image and a recycle bin icon where you can find your recently deleted files. The black bar at the bottom of the screen here is called the taskbar, and you can pin your favorite software shortcuts there or see what software programs are open and running here as well. Let's talk about viewing your software. It is important to note that Windows, with a capital W, is the name of an operating system, or the software that controls all the communications happening inside your computer. A window with a lowercase w is another name for the frame around your software as it's displayed on your screen. And using these frames or windows, your computer is able to allow you to perform multiple tasks or use multiple software programs at once. Mac computers also use these frames, or small w windows. On both types of computers, your window is considered to be maximized when it fills your entire screen. Your window can also be restored down to its last smaller size, and windows can also be placed next to each other for simultaneous viewing. Command icons are located in the top right of a software window on Windows-based computers. See Minimize, Maximize or Restore Down, and Close icons here in the top right corner. Command icons for Macs are located in the top left corner, and they're usually colorful. See Close, Minimize, or Maximize and Restore Down shown here in the top left corner. What about the software programs inside of those window frames? For web browsing, both operating systems can use Chrome, Firefox, or Edge to get online and view websites. Macs also come with a browser named Safari that is not compatible with Windows computers. Most users think of word processors, spreadsheet programs, and presentation software when they consider productivity programs. Both Mac and Windows computers can access Google's cloud-based software programs, Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. Windows users generally gravitate toward Microsoft Office and use Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And while Mac users can download Office for Mac, they should be aware that the Mac version does have some limited functionality over the full Windows version of the same software. Mac users generally use Pages, Numbers, and Keynotes for their productivity need. Of course, this is a very limited list. There are many other software programs in each of these suites and beyond. Software programs like project trackers, video conferencing platforms, and other tools for collaborating, ensuring work productivity, as well as some open source software suites are available too. What about graphics and digital design? In the earliest days of computing and digitally laying out magazines and other publications, Mac computers did have a firm edge over Windows machines. Windows machines have long since caught up though, and both Windows and Mac users have access to the full power of the industry-leading Adobe Creative Suite. And this software includes Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, InDesign, and more. But there are many other gaming design, graphic design, and animation software programs for both operating systems that have varying price points, and casual users may find them more intuitive to operate. As far as other services, both Apple and Microsoft offer secure, extensive cloud-based storage and computing solutions. Solutions to meet not only your personal computing needs, but business needs, from small sole proprietorships to enormous enterprise corporations. Data syncing capability with mobile devices like cell phones and tablets could be important to you too. Which computer is better, Windows or Mac? Well, it's one of the most asked questions of our modern age, but the answer truly is which computer is better for you based on your personal preferences, your computing needs, and your budget.